Good morning and happy 4th of July. Welcome to day one of the Green School Summer Blog Post series. Now, school is officially out for summer and we're all enjoying the benefits of the really sunny weather. Today is Wednesday, it's the 4th of July and it's 8:30 a.m. and it's already 19 degrees, which is super unusual for Ireland. Now, I'm just going to step into my home and we're going to look at a couple of ideas of how we can save water at home, in the school, in the garden. And hopefully we can learn a few lessons from this hot summer and learn a bit more about conserving water throughout the year, even when we go back to school. Hey there, so we're going to start with the bathroom. And it's the first place we start in the morning. And it's not called the water closet for nothing, because it does consume a huge amount of water through our toilet, shower and sink. Now, this is a 5-minute shower challenge, which we try and stick to where possible. So these little timers I got from Irish Water, and they help me keep track of my water usage in the morning. Also recently we installed an eco shower head, which we found really invaluable. This particular brand is called a Myra Eco. Now, it was about €70, I'd say, but we've saved so much money on heating and water since we got it. So the technology behind it is that it adds oxygen bubbles to each water droplet, thus fattening the droplet and giving the feeling of an increased pressure shower. Also, when you're showering, it's a good idea at the moment maybe to take a basin or a jug, and you could either put the plug in the sink while you're showering and save some water. Now, we use natural shampoos and natural soaps, so I don't mind reusing this bath water for watering plants, for example, or washing dishes. Now, I'm not going to be tempted to have any baths anytime soon anyway. It's way too hot and they do really consume a huge amount of water. Now, the average shower uses around 10 litres of water, but with this 5-minute challenge and our eco shower head, I'm probably using around 3 litres of water, which is a huge saving really. So now we're going to move on to the loo, and we're just going to have a little look inside this tank. So this is a little grim because this is an old toilet and this is an old house, but we're going to just lift off the top of this lid here and just have a look at the tank inside. So what we've done here is we've taken about 1.5 litres of water in PET bottles. Now, this particular bottle I filled with stones so that it would sink to the bottom. And I have another one in here. So the idea behind this is just a really quick and simple tip that I learned on the Green Schools program as part of the water theme. Is just to fill 1 or 2 small bottles of water, drop it into the toilet. Now you see that because the water level has dropped, it's trying to refill. So the water will always fill to the top of where the lever is. But if we trick it and make it believe that there's more water in it than there is, we can save 1.5 litres of water per flush. So some of the water that we salvaged from our 5-minute shower, we can use to water the houseplants. So another simple tip is turn off the tap when brushing your teeth or shaving. This will save litres of water. What we can do is just simply get a glass of water, which we can use to rinse our toothbrush or rinse our razor. And we can brush our teeth with just using this little glass of water rather than running the tap for 2-3 minutes. So look around your house and see if you can find any other areas that collect water. This is our dehumidifier and we use it around once or twice a week. So this takes water out of the atmosphere in our house, and it probably collects around 3 litres of water in this tank. It's perfectly good water. We can extract that water and refill it into our flower pots and our plants around the house. Also water bottles, this is a bit more relevant in the winter time when it gets a bit colder, but you can always empty your water bottle, which just probably uses around half a litre water, into your watering can then again and use it for watering plants. Another really simple tip is just to keep the plug plugged into your sink throughout the day, and this can gather any little surplus bits of water that you discard, such as glasses of water or water from cooking. We did some pasta last night and it was just incredible the amount of water we used just to make that alone. So I've been saving some of the water from cooking vegetables and cooking pasta and just dumping it into a basin or a bucket, and we can reuse it again. Now it is really important to save water, but it's also really important to stay hydrated, especially in this really hot weather. So do make sure we look after all our pets and animals and make sure that they have plenty of fresh water to drink. Someone's enjoying the sun. Now we've been leaving lots of vats outside our door, so any little bits of water that we can save from the bath or from cooking, we just dump into these vats outside here. We can use that water then to water the plants. So out in the garden, and we're all spending a little bit more time out here. You can hear lawnmowers going already. Now we were a little bit naughty. About 2 weeks ago we had a pool party because we had some of the kids over. So with the recent hose ban, we're not doing any watering of plants by hose, and we're certainly not filling this water up again. Now we left the water here, we didn't empty it out, and we've been utilising it all week for watering plants. Now it seems all we're doing lately is watering plants. But there's lots of other things that you can do with the water that you're collecting. You can use it to wash your car windscreen, you could use it to wash dishes, you could use it to wash the floors, any of these things. So it's a really good idea to water your plants in the early morning or the late evening. And the reason for this is due to water evaporation. The temperatures are a little bit cooler in the morning, and you'll get more water into the soil and it'll stay there if it's cooler. It's also good not to water the leaves directly because you can burn and singe them if they get wet. You can see the long shadows of the morning sun here. So I know it's really hot and it's very tempting to be playing water fights, water balloons, hose fights, but if you live close to a water area like a lake or the sea, it's a great place to go and cool down with your family and your friends. And it's free. One of the best ways you can save water is by investing in a water butt. So a water butt is a barrel of water which sits adjacent to your house and harvests the rainwater which flows down the drain pipes on the side of your house directly into the barrel itself. So I don't actually have a water butt at the moment, but now is a really good time to invest in them because they generally go on sale in the summertime and you can buy them from the likes of Woodies and DID. So if we think of water saving on a global scale, we can also be conscious of the fruit and vegetables that we buy. So this is not relevant to water saving in Ireland, but for example, a mango uses a huge amount of water to grow versus, say, for example, a nectarine or an apple. So maybe later on in the blog series, we might take a little bit of look at the products that we consume, be them fruit or vegetables or meat or even textiles, and just look at those plant and animal-based products and just measure the amount of water that they consume to grow.
So another small tip is only fill glasses of water if you really intend to drink it so that there's no wastage. I always bring my water flask with me, so if you're going to a cafe and you're ordering water and you need to go, then you can refill your water bottle and take it with you.
So finally, just to recap on some water saving tips. Now I found these water saving tips from Irish Water and their website is below there, water.ie. So you can use a basin in the sink to wash fruits and vegetables, Recycle water when cooking vegetables and reuse the water for stock or watering plants. Salvage wastewater from drinks glasses, water bottles, dehumidifiers. Take the daily 5-minute shower challenge. Fix any dripping taps and leaks around the house. Add a filled water bottle to the toilet cistern, as we've seen in the videos previously. Turn off taps when brushing teeth, shampooing, or shaving. Skip the paddle pools and water fights. Take a day trip to the ocean instead. Avoid watering plants with a hose. Harvest water instead. Water plants at dusk and dawn using harvested water. And, if possible, invest now in a water butt.